It's such a ram in the side lane where you just take down every single tower and it just becomes harder and harder to match.
But Jojipun is not leaving Mirren out to dry. If Cavs ult stop, he will be there to match it. Anytime Camille is gonna ult someone, there's gonna be a Gali ult on that person.
Top side, well positioned. Bit of a stack up on the Mortal Will here. Jojo doesn't really have an angle. Did skill W level 2, so the taunt.
Jojo's really tanking the wave here. I'm really worried for him.
Has he taken the bait? Flash in, taunt trying to finish it.
Yeah.
He's just sprinting out! Jojo!
Not the extra refillable potion that he had, because Oyoya is on the way mid again.
Round 2.
Going in, taunt is there, flash perfectly layered CC, and down goes Caps.
And round 2, it works.
Does have to backstep, but they can't overcommit to the play. Good ward does spot him out as he's a bit of a trade here on level 1. 3 stacks on Hansama. Needs to sidestep the arrow, but won't be able to do so. Forced back for a moment, but doesn't really have much mana. Mana the best option he has for sustain. They're going to be forced out of this lane. Supa just continuing to extend the trade here. Has the luxury of the lethal tempo, and down goes LeBron. MKOI's 6 yet.
But I wonder here if Elyoya can actually choose to stay and zone out G2's bot lane as they enter, which he will not. He'll choose to recall. But it would have been crazy because Skewman is on this Drake here. But Mirwin is actually looking for it.
Getting the damage out! He might not get the Drake, but he gets the kill!
It's just going to become even more difficult. MKOI doing a fantastic job of controlling the map.
And I think we can throw some critique towards G2 leaving this Ambessa open and banning the Renekton instead. Ambessa has been Mirwin's best champion. He's performed so damn well on this champion, and he's showing why in this game. Despite getting first blooded, he's doing fantastically.
He is. We'll need to see. The top side looks like Elyoya taking his time. Looks like they're going to try to lock up LeBron, and he will be bursted down. Alvaro going to follow as well, but Jojo's not done yet. The root connecting. Double taunt coming through. Elyoya now following. Alti. Dawning
Going to be taken off the back of this as well. G2 feel like they just don't really know where to put their efforts.
Yeah, and this is just off of the back of that little lane swap. So far, closing in on that 40 stacks at around 14-15 minutes. So overall, a pretty good game for him. It's also a game where, Skewman
finding Skewman. Skewman, no tricks to get out of that one. And Supa grabs another kill.
We approach the mid game, the game slows down. Becomes about Drake's objective control.
Well, I just ran to grab it for Elyoya, but it seems like maybe the better talking point is BB as he full commits to this play. Dawning Shadow over the top, desperate to try and find this kill. Broken Blade getting lower, but the Pantheon is here!
It's still about Elyoya!
It's still!
But BB just goes for too much here. He really wants to look for this solo kill, but his team is not with him. While MKOI are all there. Maybe G2 can try to pick up the Rift Herald off of this, but MKOI want to fight.
Alvaro, perfect engage, fall with the Galio. The chain CG is going to be beautiful. A knock up onto LeBron. Hansama retreating, but the damage isn't quite there from the center yet. Taunt not going to connect. Nice route going through to stop any further follow-up. But in the meantime, it's Mirwin in the bottom lane, breaking towers, even as MKOI turn back to the Herald.
MKOI do a great job on the engage from Alvaro, but it's Jojo who splits up the fight, even though they don't get Hansama. Being able to keep LeBron away from his team, sets up the kill, sets up the tower bot, sets up for the objective. MKOI starting to run away with this game.
And it is starting to feel like a deja vu, but from
so far this series.
And MKOI, they have full control of the map. They get the Drake uncontested. There's no cross map for G2. And they're just in the driver's seat.
G2 though now stepping up, trying to catch out Alvaro. Caps clipped by a bit of CC, but Skewman is on the way in. Alvaro now falling. Mirwin not going to find the ulti. Quick flash, good reaction from LeBron to get one back.
So that's just a free tower. And Supa is reaping the benefits of this Ghost, because now as we enter the mid to late game team fights, he can actually position so much more aggressively, because he's not just an immobile ADC. He has so much movement speed from the summoner spell that he can actually do things in team fights. As Alvaro goes for deep vision, he doesn't care. He's not scared of anything.
And this is the most terrifying form of MKOI, when they can just group up, try to force these fights. Of course, while they're taking mid lane, Broken Blade is taking a side lane tower, but now it's Hansama who might be caught out. Flash forward, charm, the cleanse not enough. There's just too much damn CC, but the flash will keep him safe even as the tier 2 falls. And for G2, they need time. TV behind now from G2. Realm Warp in, an opportunity to turn. Eyes on Supa, he's going to be the big target. Instead they turn for Alvaro. Triple stun, following up with a beautiful ult. Now it's the Galio, it's the entire team. Supa ready to make a montage, but he's a little bit too far away. Now Liano's starting to rain freely. It's all falling apart for G2. For Elyoya, a monster in this game. 2K lead for Supa. Things just keep looking better and better for MKOI. Wants to take the risk. They're simply too far behind.
And it's G2 that denied Elyoya in so many of those finals. It's G2 that denied MKOI members.
He just doesn't have the time to finish those kills, and he doesn't have the comfort, the safety, the Pantheon that could be lurking in the darkness, or in this case, taking the third Drake. They said, hey, they split their prep. They're ready for 2 series. I wasn't inclined to believe them, but they're making a damn good argument here, although now JoJo might be caught out, but it's a TP on the way into the Galio's still alive, trying to ult to safety. They'll burn through him, but Elyoya's ready with the fall. TP in from Mirwin has finally arrived. Caps might be in trouble. Good damage from G2. It looks like they found 2. G2 continuing, looking to break the tower. They found the angle to come back. Super over the wall, though, is going to do huge damage. It'll at least be LeBron falling, but no, the flash keeping him safe. Elyoya, has he overcommitted? The answer is yes. Alvaro is here. Oh my God! Turn it back! They've got the confidence. Hansama barely escaping. Broken Blade goes in, and he goes right the hell back out. He wants nothing to do with it because once again, someone from MKOI comes down from the sky. And boy, but Q1 just isn't tanky enough. They just don't have that person that can face check, that can walk into the waiting arms of MKOI and eat a round of cooldowns. There's too much CC, there's too much damage with Supa so far ahead of the clock. 3K individual lead. The MKOI group is 5. Skewmon poking his head in. Baron in the sights of Elyoya with a split call. They know that they win the fight. Moving in, 2 members taunted. Caps, nice backstep coming in with the extra bit of movement speed. The Rise still untouched, but it's Lebrov who's in trouble. Lebrov debating if he needs to flash out. Instant follow-up going through. Down goes one. Skewmon, ulti already there. A lot less tanky. The root, Hansama uncontested. Good range, but he just doesn't do enough. Approach from G2. They have no vision. They have no knowledge. Just a hope and a dream that they might wander in and be able to take this one away. It would take MKOI making a mistake, but MKOI diligent in protecting this objective. MKOI taking the Baron. Yes, there's things that could have been done in the early game, but at this stage in the game, it really is going to take a miracle for them to find a way back in.
It's really all about breaking inhibs with this Nash. If you don't get any inhibs here, there's still a chance you can play for an Elder flip. But if you start to lose those inhibitors, it's so difficult to play the game.
Chunking the tower. Does flash, does ghost Hansama. Cleanse coming up soon, but the flash still a mile away.
Hansama does have 112 souls. He has incredibly long range here. So if they're able to hold on, there is still some life left in this game.
But MKOI playing on one lane. Both top laners on the top side of the map, but BB still wins in the side lane, pushing in Jojopun. He does have the TP, as does BB.
Alvaro has flash, and he can just click forward, and all of G2 has to back off.
Bot lane inhibitor now set to fall. No TP ward, no flanking opportunity for Broken Blade right now. No way to press a man advantage here in the bottom side of the map. Skewmon already used the pillar, hesitating, not sure if he can still walk forward.
Interesting to try to match JoJo here. Maybe this is a sign MKOI can look to flash in.
Elder, the great equalizer. Often difference maker. Alvaro going in, has caught out Hansama. Cleanses there, but the flash is not. Elyoya immediately pounces. A single summoner spell making the difference. Supa is completely uncontested. Ghosting, dancing, styling. Caps realm warping out to safety, but no chance of contesting the objective as Broken Blade runs for his life. Tries to get the TP. Shattering strike. Alvaro knows right where he is. The arrow goes a bit wide. Broken Blade tries to style, but is pulled right back into the waiting arms of Supa.
And it's Hansama not having flash, just barely being down, that allows MKOI to get a fantastic engage as they get 3 and they get the Elder, and you have to feel it's going to be the game.
And it's every lane now starting to be pushed in. LeBron holding here as Caps tries to help him out, but it's already taken, and bot lane inhibitor will be next.
Supa sidesteps. Inhibitor gonna fall. TP there for Mirwin.
G2 are able to kind of hold here though and defend.
MKOI a bit split. They don't really have a wave on top side to play for either.
Mirwin's in the base, going to TP to the bot wave.
That's
and
going to be the
trying to make the
extra
most
pressure
of
point.
it.
Good call out. One inhibitor falls. Skewmon trying to hold top. G2, a single mistake here ends the game in favor of MKOI. Where will they try and force the fight?
Crucially, Hansama does have flash now and Alvaro doesn't. So he can actually look to pressure a little bit more and play a bit further up. But I don't think it's enough.
Another wave a bit far away from the top side of the map. Jojopun trying to cut it. Pull the wave to make sure his will collapse. MKOI grouping a lot.
Oh, the W lands. They can't quite follow it.
The hesitance. Elyoya going to start the fight though. It's Caps who now needs to back up. Zooming out to safety. Nice flash away from the bars. All that vision could be everything. Shut down into Elyoya. Caps untouched. Keep your eyes on that Rise. Him and Hansama.
No
back
way.
to back. Holding the line. 5 strong from G2. Staying alive. But it's crucial they don't get over eager. The backstep. Denying the ulti. Denying the access for Mirwin as G2 barrel down the mid lane. They smell blood in the water, but a backstep. They can't afford to face tank Supa. They can't afford to walk in first. Mirwin still stepping forward. All deep from the Galio. Knock up onto Broken Blade. Mirwin trying to make the difference, but it's Supa still standing. Supa who cannot auto-attack. G2 who hold the line, who hold on to hope in game 2.
G2 hold on.
To follow on towards MKOI, and bit by bit MKOI are picked off. The Elder's gone, and it's Baron to G2.
And I said this Senna with her souls can do work, but I did not think it would actually happen. Although their base is in shambles, it's still an uphill battle for G2.
Never keep that tower. Oh no.
We do have the respawning towers. That's their one saving grace. But the biggest thing...
The ult from Pantheon, they're going.
Grand Skyfall immediately interrupted. Good patience, trying to retreat as quick as they can right as Jopune goes in. Cooldown's now in favor. But now the full engage comes. The follow-through is there. Hansama untouched for now. Mirwin to the backline trying to delete it. He looks like he'll be able to do so. The set is still living for an extra moment, though. Hansama still alive. G2 turned beautifully as Caps gives his life to live, to hold on to the backline a little bit longer. Hansama still untouched. The Senna doing so much work out